Welcome back, legends. I hope you're all fantastic. On today's video, I want to show you the fun little switch that's on this fun little guitar. This is my Rubato Lassie. I've got plenty of videos talking about this thing. It's amazing. You should definitely check it out. But the switch on this is one of the coolest things, in my opinion, on this guitar. You can see there's two humbuckers on this guitar. And if I just kind of put the switch up here, it does the normal three-way switch that you might find on a Les Paul style guitar, but it's also got an up and a down position as well. So you have three that you can click along this way, and then you flick it up and you've got an extra three positions on there. So, you know, because a standard toggle switch is called a three-way switch, they decided to call this the Freeway switch, which always triggers a memory for me when I was about 6 or 7, so in year 2 primary school here in Perth, Western Australia. I had a little bit of a speech impediment. You know, I used to say free instead of three. And one day, the teacher in class says, "Who knows some words that start with F? I'll start you all out. Frog." And I immediately put my hand up because that's the type of kid I was in school. And I said, "Free." And she said, "No, Leon, that starts with a TH." And before I could correct her and say that I mean, like, you know, the rock band, Free, she moved on, and I never forgave that poor woman. Nevertheless, you know, the Freeway switch always reminds me of that, but it's kind of interesting in you can, you know, wire it up in as many ways as you like. The way this is set up, you've got standard just pickup selection along the bottom. So neck humbucker, both humbuckers, bridge humbucker. If you flick it up, you get the bridge pickup in parallel, which I think is a pretty cool sound. Then both pickups tapped, and then the neck tapped on there. When I did a demo with this guitar, I made some clips, so I'm just going to rehash some old clips right now so you can hear the differences in the sounds. have noticed with the Freeway switch is that I actually only ever kind of stick to having the switch up or down and treating it like two different guitars in one, with each guitar having its own unique three-way switch. If I want to play some rock music, I'll use the standard humbucker modes and just go 1, 2, 3. If I want to play some cleaner stuff or I want more of a spanky tone out of the guitar, I'll go to the up position on there and use the single coil and parallel modes, but I'll use that in conjunction with turning the tone control right down on there. In that up position, it kind of sounds like the Telecaster from hell. In the down position, as we heard, it's way more kind of traditional twin humbucker in there. And I have found, like I said earlier, that I don't really mix those sounds. Like I'm rarely going from the bridge humbucker to the neck single coil in a single tune, but you know, from song to song, depending on the gig, I might just use it to change the character of the guitar. So I get a different guitar character without having to swap guitars on there. Also using it with something like a fractal, I can have things in there to compensate for like the changes in output and gain and things like that, and really use it in a creative way. However, if you wanted to use all 6 sounds, of course, they are all available there. And you can do things like, you know, flicking from, where am I, the neck single, and you flick it sort of diagonally down. And that feels pretty natural. The tip on this is quite large, so it's easy to just kind of flick, you know, across and down if you want your traditional pickup selections. Or if I was on the bridge humbucker, I can like diagonally flick it up and get the neck single coil. So yeah, that's the Freeway switch. You know, they're widely available. Again, this is just something that is on this guitar that I've kind of been enjoying. And I think some people out there are probably already aware of this really cool little piece of technology. You know, it doesn't change the way your guitar looks to get those extra sounds on there. You could chuck it in a Les Paul and, you know, kind of do your Jimmy Page out of phase things on there and have a bunch of fun. Or you could just put it in your, you know, any guitar that has this type of toggle switch and get a bunch of extra sounds. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and the sounds. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, feel free to tell me about other types of switches out there. I'm aware of some of the like mega switches and 7-way strat switches. I think it's really cool being able to get extra sounds out of a guitar without necessarily having to modify it aesthetically. If you want to support what I'm doing here on the channel, links in the video description. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.